Mark had his hands full, Dick, during yesterday's Heat 1B. More from rough water than from Mark Evans in the wellness plan, who was his stiffest competition. As we look at Mark Tate coming around the final turn to win Heat 1B in the Smokin' Joes at an average of 148.026 miles per hour. Results of Heat 1B, Smokin' Joes, the wellness plan, Miss DOC Jasper engine and transmission, and the Miss DOC AccuView. Win or lose, drivers always come back to report to the crew and their bosses in a debriefing session.
Now Eagle Snacks Performance Corner with Ron Brown.
The egg-shaped 2.5-mile Gold Cup race course in the Detroit River is a major challenge to all the unlimited teams. At the far end of the race course, you have the Belle Isle turn. It is the fastest and the biggest turn on the unlimited circuit. The skid fin plays a very important role. The size of the skid fin, the placement of the skid fin, and the shape of the skid fin helps get the Miss Budweiser through such a large turn. As we're exiting the Belle Isle turn, we are now on the mile-long straightaway. We will see speeds in excess of 200 miles an hour. The aerodynamics become an important role. It's a canard wing like this that Chip has control to change the attitude of the boat at any time. Entering the Rooster Tail turn, which is our tightest turn also on the racing circuit, creates another whole new challenge. And accelerating from that turn to the finish line is certainly a very crucial point for us. Engine selection, gear ratio, and propeller all play an important role in accelerating the Miss Budweiser to the finish line. And let's not forget, this is the Gold Cup. It's a clock start. We don't have lane choice. Chip's going to have to go out there and fight for his lane. We don't know what that lane will be until Chip chooses that at the start of the race.
It's not all just business. There's a lot of pride that goes into it. And those two boats, Miss Budweiser and Smokin' Joes, faced off against each other in Heat 2A. Miss Budweiser, the Red Rocket, going by on your screen there in the lead. Mark Tate trying to maneuver the Smokin' Joes up into position. Miss Budweiser handling the rough water, and look at this turn one more time. Watch as the Miss Budweiser goes through and takes the bounces.
Then it was Smokin' Joe's turn a half a lap later out of the Belle Isle Bridge turn.
This water is really presenting some interesting driving strategies for these drivers. They've got to keep their speeds up while they still fight it out. And I'm sure that Chip Hanauer was looking back constantly in that rearview mirror, his little tiny rearview mirrors on the sides of his boat, to see exactly where the Smokin' Joe's was, and probably raced just fast enough to stay ahead. But you can see his boat is so light on the water. That's more than really walking sponson to sponson. As he takes the checkered flag in that heat, he was happy to have it over. It was a tough one. Miss Budweiser finishing first, Smokin' Joe's second, T-Plus third, followed by Miss DOC and the Miss Belle Tire.
And that win had the Miss Budweiser camp pumped up real high.
Yep, everything okay?
They had some rough water in 2A, and Heat 2B, more rough water. Mike Hansen in the Jasper boat had his hands full on the backstretch. Makes a valiant attempt to catch Dave Vilwalk, who had the lead in Pico's American Dream. The Rooster Tail turn put a damper on the wellness plan driver, Mark Evans. Chances for a heat win as he plowed a bunch trying to stay tight on the inside. Vilwalk, meanwhile, posts a top average speed of 147 miles per hour in the first lap. The Detroit River on the rough side for the first four heats out here, and that is not unusual, Jim, for this river.
You're right, Dick. A very tough course to negotiate. They have to get those all-important points to get into today's final winner-take-all heat. Pico's American Dream currently in third in the point standings.
And it'll be the top 6 point standing boats that will go into the final heat for the championship and the Gold Cup. We'll be ready to start Heat 3A when ESPN Speed World continues from the Motor City of Detroit.